Dang it, there are too many games for me to play them all. Does anyone else feel this way? I'm part of the Gen Z batch of people who spawned into this world, so I grew up playing some older games as well as the ones made for my generation. My parents had, in hindsight, rightfully strict rules about what games me and my siblings could play, when we could play them, and for how long. It was really simple actually, no games over our age restrictions, and an hour on the weekend and 15 minutes on Wednesdays, later amended to 30 minutes by request of the people. And if a friend came over, we'd sometimes be given extra time to play with him too, if we didn't have to, detract it from the next weekend.
Now, the reason I'm telling you this is so that you know that I wasn't allowed to play Call of Duty until I turned 16 in 2019. Yep, I got to play Modern Warfare 2 on a PS3 for the first time 10 years after it released. I had an hour a day during my final year of homeschool high school, but I was mostly playing free-to-play shooter games with friends like Paladins or Quake Champions. Yeah, I didn't exactly play a lot of mainstream stuff, but I'm not a kid anymore, and that means that as a 22-year-old adult, I have all the time in the world to play, except for work, and chores, and family obligations, and scripting, editing, and making YouTube videos in all of my free time. Like, bro, I started a gaming channel so I could game more, but the exact opposite has happened. Still, I love this, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. So now, with the limited time that I have to game, let's call it like 2 or 3 hours a week, because some of us can't afford 40 hours a week of grinding one game. I'm mostly addressing my comment section there. You guys have like so many hours in just one shooter game. I don't understand how people can rack up like 1,000 hours in a year. It blows my mind. I have to somehow play all the games from when I was a kid that I missed out on, as well as the new games that keep releasing all the time. And with that in mind, you can understand why I feel so overwhelmed with the amount of games I still have to catch up on. Now, me not being able to play these games isn't something that actually bothered me until recently. As a kid, we just kind of play games that we want to, and that's that. But now that I'm starting to play more single-player games again, I noticed that most of the games people talk about as good choices are from the late 90s to the mid-2010s, which is like 2 decades worth of games with more and more total yearly releases. There are definitely recent bangers too, but I'll get to that in a sec. A short list of new and old games on my list to play off the top of mind that I want to play are Undertale, Red Dead Redemption 2, Half-Life series, Portal, Kingdom Hearts, Epic Mickey, Final Fantasy, the new Zelda games, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, the old Dragon Age game, Skyrim, No Man's Sky, the Alien VR game, the Metro series, Stalker, the Spider-Man games, Ratchet & Clank, Scripted Parts, Split Fiction, various indie games, Battlefield 6. But there are more, and I just won't bore you with those. My point is, even when playing through some of these games, sometimes I just think of how I have to get through this game to play the next one. Obviously, if I don't like a game, I just won't finish it, but sometimes this happens while playing a game that I genuinely do like, and that can suck the fun out of it and make it feel like a chore I need to get through instead of, well, a game. Another big component to this is FOMO. I want to play through an old game and enjoy it, and be a part of the cultural hype for new games coming out. This is mostly from hearing people older than me talk about when this game came out or that player did this, but without the time to finish a 20 to 40 hour game in a month, I feel like every time I beat a game, there's 3 more that I want to play, and I usually end up playing a short round-based online game like the Finals or Quake Champs just to fit something in when I can. Which I do love those games, don't get me wrong, it's just they keep replacing the things that I have on my bucket list to try, and it's not good. I've heard about so many moments that people had, like when Battlefield had its Renderzook moment, or Helldivers released and everyone was having fun, or something simple like the release of Elden Ring. I feel like I'm missing out on so much, and I know that not everyone is part of every gaming moment or has played every iconic game, but I still want to be able to grind Battlefield 6 when it releases, same as everyone else, and also finish Monster Hunter World, its Iceborne DLC, the Batman Arkham series, try out one of the other games on my list. Oh, and somewhere I've also got to make time for VR games too. Now, when eventually I make enough money from YouTube to go full time, then yeah, I will have more time to spend on games. Well, maybe. I mean, I said that same thing about being grown up too, and it was a straight up lie, so who knows. I just got monetized, by the way, so thank you to everybody who watches for that. I appreciate you guys. You got me one step closer to quitting my day job for this. But yeah, that's my little problem with gaming right now. Let me know if you also feel like you don't have time to play everything, or if it's just me. And you can watch this video next. See ya!